I mean, it starts with washing your hair more than about once a week and not smashing your head off a light fixture. So I am 0 for 2 right now, but I've been using these as an excuse not to record this video. So I am jumping in, doing the thing, which is another thing. If there's something that you have been putting off, just go do it. Set a timer, give yourself a deadline, stick on some music, whatever you need to do to get it done. You will feel so much better, but I have loads more tips for you, so stick around. Let's go. Hi guys, it's Laura, and the first official way to improve your life is by doing that thing that you have never done before, but you have always wanted to do, or you have always been curious about. And this could be something big, it could be something small. Even if it is something big though, you can start in small ways. It's all about taking that step, starting out on your journey towards your dream. So maybe you want to climb Mount Everest. Good for you. I prefer the warmth, but whatever. But maybe you spend some time researching, doing up a training plan for yourself, figuring out how much it costs, starting a savings account. I believe it's very expensive. You have to pay to climb a horrible mountain where it's all cold and your toes might fall off. I can't understand it, but maybe that's your dream. But yes, all those different ways. If it is something big, break it down. What can you do today to start out on that journey, on that adventure? If you've been following me for a little bit, the last few weeks, I have been learning to play the harp. Now I'm still very much a beginner, still have no idea what I'm doing, working off YouTube videos. I have been wanting to play the harp for probably 15 or more years, and it's been such a tonic for me. I didn't realize how much I would love it. So do the thing. The thing that you have been thinking about, curious about, interested in. Even if you think you won't be any good at it, that doesn't matter. Just go do it. But the next thing then is kind of the opposite, and that is to say no to something that is just taking up space or taking up time, something that you do not want to do. Very often that might be something that you did not ever kind of consciously say yes to. There may be something in your home that just kind of filtered in, kids' schoolwork, papers, junk mail, random things like that. But also there may be things that are taking up your time that you never explicitly said yes to, but you seem to end up, watching hours of TV or scrolling on your phone when it's not a conscious decision. So right now, just decide that you're going to say no to something. You're going to get it out of your home, out of your life, out of your schedule, whatever it may be, because it just frees up so much time for you to do other things, like those things that you actually want to do. So say an explicit no to something now. Get it out of your home, out of your life, so that you can then turn around and say a big yes to something else. Let's pop this back. Another thing you can do then, and I did this recently if you watch my video on my monthly review, that is to take time every day, or even every second day, every week, whatever works best for you, and write down your wins, your successes, the good things that happened. Because, and this is something that happened for me, right? Last month, I felt like a complete failure. I felt like I had got nothing done at all. But when I went back and looked at my list, it was really long, and I was so thrilled then, because even though I had felt like I hadn't done something, I was quickly able to snap myself out of that and realize that yes, I had actually achieved things, or good things did actually happen. And it made me much more motivated and much more enthusiastic about facing into the next month, which we are currently in now. It's currently February. But if I had not done that, I know I would have started into February feeling really defeated and really, unhappy with myself and how things had gone. Whereas when I took the time to write down those wins, it made all the difference to me. So do that. Get yourself a tiny little notebook, open up the note-taking app on your phone or whatever, and every time something good happens, or just at the end of the day, jot down 1 or 2 things, good things that happened. They could be something really small and simple, like the sun was shining today, or I laughed at a joke that I heard, or it could be like an achievement, tidied up the kitchen, Could be anything, but all of those wins, big and small, note them down, and you will start to realize over the course of a few weeks, a few months, that they really do all add up. Now, let me be clear with this next one. I consider myself a pretty selfish person. I'm introverted, so I generally do not like interacting with people. I'm a home bird. I like just staying at home, doing my own thing, spending time by myself. But I will say there is a huge benefit that comes with doing something nice for someone else. So that is another great life improver. If you can donate to a homeless shelter or a local community pantry, which is what I do on a fairly regular basis. If you can do something nice for a neighbor. We currently have neighbors who are quarantining because of COVID, and I just made up a little gift bag of things. They've got 2 young-ish daughters, so I made up a gift bag of kind of just activities and things that would keep them, you know, occupied, hopefully, while they're stuck at home. All of those nice things just make you feel nice. You know, they're great things to do. It doesn't have to be monetary. It can just be something really, really simple and straightforward. Maybe you cook a meal for someone. Maybe you just call someone that you haven't spoken to or that you know is quarantining, and, you know, occupy them for a little bit and have a chat, have a conversation, ask how they're doing, ask if there's anything you can help with. If I'm going to the store, I'll just ask my neighbors, do they need anything? It may save them a trip if they just need a few small things. So all those little things do add up, and they can really make someone else's day and just brighten someone else's day, which, like I said, in turn will brighten your day and improve your life. Another great thing then is just getting outside in the fresh air, regardless of what the weather is. Like, obviously it's pretty cold here right now, but I've got a nice warm coat on, I've got my hat on. Did not wear gloves, that was a mistake. But anyway, sometimes I tend to see, you know, getting outside, fresh air, walking, all that sort of stuff as exercise, you know, boring. It just doesn't motivate me. I'm not motivated to go for a walk. But recently what I've tried to do is change my thinking. I am more motivated to get out and take nice pictures. Oh, something got really windy. I am motivated to go out and take nice pictures. I am motivated to kind of get away from household stuff for a while, maybe just kind of think my own thoughts for a few minutes if the house is a little bit loud. That is what I focus on. But I always, oh, and there's a plane too. The dangers of filming outside. That is what motivates me more. So I've tried to kind of flip my thinking in that way. And I know that once I'm back in the house, I will feel good. I will feel much better. I'll feel much more alert, much more energized, much more awake. I'll be able to focus much more. And yeah, I will feel good about it. I wanted to go for a walk today, but it's actually pretty icy out, as you can probably tell. So I'm just going to stroll around the backyard, take some nice pictures out here, and yeah, then go in and feel all smug and pleased with myself. Okay, coming back into the warmth, that has added to the enjoyment of my life. Now this next one is going to sound ridiculous. Not the advice itself, that sound, but the example that I'm going to give you. But find yourself a healthier alternative to whatever your junk food of choice is. If you're like me, come the evening, you're tired, you just want kind of that quick fix, particularly after dinner, you want something sweet. I always sit down and eat something junky. So now this works for me. I'm not saying this is going to work for you. And also note, I did not say find yourself a healthy alternative, just a healthier alternative. You don't have to start, you know, eating bundles of fruits and vegetables and stuff, although that would be great, also improve your life. But we're going for small, easy improvements here. Okay, my thing. I swear by this, okay? Baby food. Or kids' food, because it does not have as much sugar in it, it does not have as much salt in it, all of that bad stuff, because they can't put it in there. But there are still great tasting options for you. Okay, so these, Liga, if you've never heard of them, they're these. These are a great alternative to biscuits, cookies, things like that. Again, probably not the healthiest thing you could possibly eat, but a much healthier alternative, because I would just sit down and eat a pack of biscuits. Whereas these, I don't feel so bad with. These are basically just dried fruit wrapped in grains. They're organic as well. These are really tasty if I need kind of something that's a little bit sweet, but also a little bit stodgy. These are wonderful. But yeah, my secret shame is out. Listen, you just do whatever works for you. Just find a healthier alternative that is still easy to grab, easy to eat, but is just not going to make you feel awful afterwards. Following on from that then, notice how you feel after you finish an activity, because very often when we're in the middle of things, they can feel great, but it's the aftermath that is the true test. You may feel afterwards, wow, that was a total waste of time, or I could have been doing something much more productive with my time, or just something else, or I could have made a better choice. If you want to make those changes, it's all about kind of rewiring your brain, because like I said, in the moment, it might feel good and your brain might start to associate that thing with feeling good. But if afterwards you realize, hey, that wasn't actually so good, then your brain starts to sit up and take notice and kind of changes its opinion, I guess. But you have to make that a conscious thing. So start to think, okay, what was I looking for when I started this activity? What was I seeking? Was it relaxation? Was it just to kind of switch off? Was it mood boosting? Whatever the thing was, try and get to the root of what you were searching for, and then think about other activities that you could replace that thing with that will get you the same result, but then afterwards will still have you feeling great. Really what it comes down to is being an active participant in your life, making those conscious decisions, being more aware of what you're doing and how you're feeling. Because noticing things is half the battle. If you go through life mindlessly and you're not even aware that things are making you feel bad, you can't then make improvements. Whereas when you sit down and think, okay, how do I feel? How does this thing make me feel? Or what is going to make me feel great? How can I reframe my goals so that I actually want to do that thing? All of those types of questions and thoughts are what are going to make a massive difference in your life. And until next time, Gurv Mila Mahagwev. Agus Becky Meshiv Shikalua. Slán.